When you hold a newborn kitten in the palm of your hand, you hold an incredibly fragile, delicate life. Their eyes are tightly shut against the light, their ears are folded flat against their tiny heads, and they are entirely dependent on their mother for every single aspect of their survival. But when a kitten is orphaned, that monumental responsibility falls completely onto human shoulders. This was the stark reality when we brought little Ninja home. He was just a few days old, a tiny, shivering shadow of a cat, crying out for a mother who was nowhere to be found.
This looks just right.
Feeding an orphaned kitten like Ninja is usually the very first thing people think about. You get a small bottle, you prepare the warm kitten formula, and you carefully watch them drink. But there is a second hidden side to saving a neonatal kitten, a side that many people do not expect, yet it is absolutely a matter of life and death. A newborn kitten like Ninja simply cannot go to the bathroom on their own. For the first 3 to 4 weeks of their lives, they completely lack the internal muscle control required to push out waste. In the wild, a mother cat carefully and rhythmically licks her baby's bellies and their bottoms after every single meal. Her warm, rough tongue stimulates their developing nervous system, sending a direct signal to their tiny bodies to release urine and feces. Without this constant, gentle encouragement, the waste simply builds up inside them. It quickly becomes toxic, it causes unimaginable pain, and very rapidly, it becomes fatal. Stepping into the role of a mother cat means replicating this intimate, delicate process by hand. For little Ninja, this meant establishing a strict, unbreakable routine around the bathroom. To do this safely, you have to become incredibly focused on hygiene, which is the very first vital takeaway of neonatal care. A mother cat keeps her babies perfectly clean, and we must do exactly the same. If a kitten's skin is left damp or dirty, it can easily suffer from severe urine burns or painful bacterial infections. You start by gathering the right supplies. You must never use dry, scratchy paper towels, rough tissues, or coarse fabrics. Instead, you need the softest cosmetic cotton pads or cotton balls, and a small bowl of warm water. The water temperature is crucial to your success. It should feel comfortably warm when tested against the inside of your wrist, mimicking the natural body heat of a mother's tongue. It should never be hot, and definitely not cold. Cold water will shock a tiny kitten like Ninja. It makes his little body tense up, his muscles clench in panic, and it becomes physically impossible for him to relax enough to let go. You dip the soft cotton into the warm water, gently squeezing out the excess so it is entirely damp, but not dripping wet. Then you must hold the kitten securely but with incredible gentleness. With Ninja, I would wrap him loosely in a warm, soft fleece blanket, exposing only his back end, keeping his upper body feeling safe, secure, and warm in the palm of my hand. You take that warm, damp cotton pad, and you begin to gently massage the genital and anal area. The motion must be incredibly light, using soft, circular, fluttering strokes. You are not scrubbing a surface. You are mimicking the gentle flutter of a heartbeat or the soft, rhythmic sweep of a mother cat's tongue. This is where many people go wrong. If you rub too hard or apply too much pressure, the friction will quickly strip away the extremely delicate top layer of their skin. This causes raw, painful sores that will make the kitten cry out in fear every single time they need to go. You have to be patient and watch closely. Within a few seconds to a minute of this gentle stimulation, you should feel a slight release of tension in the kitten's lower body, and you will see a pale yellow stain begin to form on the white cotton pad. Understanding the exact timing of this process is the next crucial step in saving a baby cat. Timing is everything. Another common mistake rescuers make is only trying to stimulate a kitten once or twice a day, or only waiting until the kitten seems fussy and loud. But a newborn's digestion works on a rapid, constant loop. For Ninja, the rhythm of his life was built entirely around the bottle and the bathroom. You must stimulate the kitten before and after every single feeding. Stimulating before a meal is incredibly important because it empties their tiny bladder and stomach, relieving internal pressure and making physical room for the fresh, warm formula. Often, a kitten who stubbornly refuses the bottle is not actually full. They are simply backed up with waste. They feel uncomfortable, bloated, and slightly nauseous. Once Ninja was properly stimulated and relieved beforehand, he would eagerly latch onto his bottle, his little ears wiggling happily as he drank. After he finished drinking and his tummy was full, warm and round like a little balloon, it was time to stimulate him all over again. This post-meal routine mimics the exact moment a mother cat cleans her babies while they are drowsy, full, and relaxed. You keep rubbing gently, constantly changing out the cotton pads for fresh, warm ones as soon as they get soiled, until the kitten completely stops urinating. Sometimes Ninja would take a minute or two to fully finish. If you rush the process and stop too early, the kitten retains leftover urine, which quickly leads to dangerous urinary tract infections. During this incredibly hands-on phase of care, the cotton pad actually becomes a visual medical chart. It tells you exactly what is happening hidden inside the kitten's tiny body. This brings us to another vital takeaway: learning to read the clear signs of abnormality. When you are the one manually helping a kitten eliminate, you are the first and only line of defense against illness. You have to look very closely at what comes out. Healthy kitten urine should always be a pale, almost clear yellow, and it should not have a terribly strong or foul odor. If the urine on the cotton pad suddenly looks dark yellow, orange, or brown, this is an immediate, glaring warning sign. It usually means the kitten is severely dehydrated, they are not absorbing enough liquid from their formula, or they are battling an internal infection. When it comes to feces, a healthy, formula-fed kitten will produce stool that is a mustard yellow color with the smooth consistency of soft toothpaste. You might only see them poop once every day, or even once every 2 days, which is entirely normal as long as their tummy is soft and they are actively eating and growing. However, if you see watery, green, or explosive diarrhea, it is a life-threatening emergency. Diarrhea can drain a tiny kitten like Ninja of vital fluids in a matter of hours, leading to a fatal crash. On the exact opposite end of the spectrum, if you feel the kitten's stomach becoming hard and tight to the touch, and they are crying or physically straining during stimulation, but absolutely nothing is happening, they may be dangerously constipated. Constipation is often caused by powdered formula that is mixed with too little water, or an environment that is too cold to support proper digestion. Whenever you spot these dark colors, severe liquid diarrhea, or painful straining, it is not a situation you can fix by just rubbing a little longer or waiting until tomorrow. That is the exact moment you wrap the kitten in a warm, heating blanket and head straight to a veterinary clinic.
Sleep well.
But if everything goes well, if you maintain perfect hygiene, follow the strict timing, and carefully watch for all the signs, your kitten will grow. By the time Ninja reached about 3.5 to 4 weeks old, his body started to visibly change. His eyes were wide open, focused, and bright blue. His legs were getting much stronger, his tiny teeth were beginning to emerge through his gums, and most importantly, his internal nervous system was finally connecting. He was naturally developing the physical ability to hold and control his own bathroom habits. This is the beautiful moment you begin the transition. You stop being the surrogate mother cat and you become the quiet teacher. The shift from manual hand stimulation to using a litter box is a huge developmental milestone, but it must be done carefully and thoughtfully. One major mistake people make is buying a giant, deep, standard litter box and simply throwing the tiny kitten inside, expecting their instincts to instantly know what to do. For a tiny creature like Ninja, a regular adult litter box feels like a massive, terrifying plastic wall to climb over. Instead, you need a training box. A small, shallow tray, like a small baking sheet or a shallow cardboard box cut down to be just 1 inch tall, is absolutely perfect. The kitten needs to be able to simply walk right into it without having to jump, climb, or struggle to balance. The choice of litter at this delicate stage is also incredibly important. You must never ever use traditional clumping clay litter for a baby kitten who is just learning to dig. Kittens explore the entire world with their mouths, exactly like human toddlers. Ninja, like all curious baby cats, would sniff the new litter, bat at it with his unsteady paws, and inevitably try to bite and eat a piece. If a kitten swallows clumping clay litter, the clay will rapidly expand inside their tiny stomach or intestines as it absorbs moisture, causing a fatal, cement-like blockage. Instead, you must use a non-clumping, completely natural litter. Soft compressed paper pellets, natural pine flakes, or even plain, clean potting soil free of any chemical fertilizers are excellent choices. It needs to feel natural, safe, and soft under their sensitive paws. Teaching Ninja to use his new shallow box required quiet observation and gentle guidance. I watched him closely for his subtle physical cues. A kitten who suddenly needs to go to the bathroom will abruptly stop playing. They will drop their head, put their nose straight to the ground, aggressively sniff the corners of their playpen, and they might start doing a little frantic sweeping scratching motion on the soft blankets. The very moment I saw Ninja sniffing heavily in a tight circle, I would gently scoop him up and place him directly into the center of the shallow training tray. If he looked confused and tried to cry, I would take his tiny front paws in my fingers and make a very soft scratching motion in the paper pellets for him. Hearing the scratchy sound of the digging and feeling the loose texture under his feet directly triggered a deep ancient instinct in his little brain. To help him understand, I would also take a small piece of a soiled cotton pad from his previous hand stimulation and leave it right in the back corner of the new litter box. The familiar scent clearly communicates to the kitten exactly what this specific area is meant for.
Let's try again, Ninja. 1. Keep going,
Sometimes, in the beginning, he would step right out of the tray and try to awkwardly wander away. I would calmly pick him back up and set him gently inside again, offering quiet, encouraging words. You never yell, you never push their face into the litter, and you never act frustrated or angry. Fear completely shuts down a kitten's ability to learn. It requires gentle repetition. One quiet afternoon, shortly after finishing a warm bottle of milk, I placed Ninja directly into the shallow tray. He paused and sniffed the paper pellets deeply. He hesitated for a second, Then he instinctively dug a small, messy hole with his own front paws, carefully turned his little body around, and finally went to the bathroom entirely on his own. Afterward, he clumsily kicked a few loose pellets over his mess, looking incredibly proud and entirely deeply serious about his new work. That tiny, dusty, messy moment is honestly one of the most profoundly rewarding experiences in animal rescue. It is the precise moment you realize the fragile, helpless, fading shadow of a newborn you first brought home is finally becoming a real, strong, independent cat. Raising an orphaned neonate like Ninja takes an unbelievable amount of physical and emotional patience. It means waking up in the cold, dark middle of the night to wipe a tiny body with warm water. It means tracking every single stain on a cotton pad and worrying endlessly over the smallest changes in digestion. It means gently guiding tiny paws in a box of paper pellets over and over again until they finally understand. But when you stand back and watch that same kitten confidently step over the edge of their litter box, kick the sand to hide their tracks, and walk away with their tail held high and straight in the air, you know that every single sleepless night was deeply worth it. You did not just keep a tiny body alive. You gave them dignity, you taught them how to navigate their world, and you helped them become exactly the magnificent creature they were always meant to be.